Welcome, I'm Tash, and I'm going to guide you through a 30-minute healing yoga session to get out of your head and into your body. This particular practice is helpful when you're feeling a little bit anxious, maybe a little bit too much yang energy in the summertime. You need to balance it out with a little bit of yin, and hopefully, you'll be leaving feeling a little bit more connected and grounded. So we'll start by lying down on the back of the body. If you've got two bricks with you, just have them at the top of your mat, just of easy reach later. And then we'll come into constructive rest pose. So feet about mat distance apart, just coming to lie the spine down. You might take a little kind of rub of the back of the body against the surface that you're lying on. So the mat, maybe the earth. And then just notice where the hands and the arms want to rest. So you might want to rest the arms either side of the body. Maybe the hands feel a little bit more nurturing on the body itself. We'll begin to close the eyes or just relax the gaze to one spot. Taking a breath in through your nose. And then exhale that breath out through your mouth. Allowing yourself about 2 more breaths like that. Inhaling to fill up. And exhaling to let go. And take that one more time. And allowing the breath to resume at its natural pace and rhythm. Noticing how your breath feels today. So you might notice if your breath feels quite choppy, perhaps smooth. Maybe the breath is shallow. Maybe it's a little deeper. Does your breath feel fast or slow? Or if it doesn't feel comfortable to rest your awareness on your breathing, then you can just simply ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? No judgments whatsoever. Sometimes we just need a little bit of space to be able to feel before we can start to shift. Give yourself that permission to feel whatever is present for you. Taking the awareness to your breathing. And then if it feels comfortable for your breathing, making the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. So perhaps you're breathing in for the count of 4, and then out for the count of 6. If your breath has more capacity, you can make that a little bit longer. If the breath has less capacity, you can make the count shorter. We're just kind of stretching the exhale breath, almost like you're stretching a rubber band. The easiest way to access the relaxation parasympathetic nervous system in your body is by extending the exhale breath. We'll take around 2 more breaths in here. before we begin to invite some very gentle movement to your body. Last breath here. Lovely. And carefully blinking the eyes open. And then if you feel ready to move, we're going to inhale, draw both knees in towards the chest. Exhale, place the hands on top of the knees or the shins. Give yourself a nice big hug, a little squeeze, maybe a gentle rock from side to side feels quite nice. Take a breath in and a breath out here. You can stay here. Maybe it feels quite nice to extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Hands can come to rest down either side of the body. Generous bend in the legs, maybe you fully straighten them, perhaps you flex and point the feet, a few ankle circles in one direction and the other. Feel the feel the legs floating in midair. Take a breath in and a breath out here. Lovely. We'll take one more inhale. Press through the heels. Then exhale, draw both knees back in towards the chest and place the feet back down about mat distance apart. And we'll take the arms a little bit wider and just start to windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. So maybe the knees float over towards the left first, come back through center, over towards the right. And we'll keep this kind of windscreen wiper motion moving with the breath. So if you want to link this movement to the breath, you can inhale the knees back through center. Exhale, they fall to one side. And perhaps this movement is quite subtle here, so there's not much twisting over towards the left and right. If it feels comfortable for you, you can make these movements a little bit more exaggerated. So maybe the knees fall all the way down towards the ground. Keep this movement kind of flowing, nice and slow. There's no rush. You're very welcome to stay with just this windscreen wiper movement flowing. Or maybe there's a sense of the body starting to roll over towards the side that the knee falls. So as the knees go left, you're picking up the right shoulder, allowing the body to gently roll over towards the left. Coming back through center, back of the body comes back down. And then you roll over towards the right. Lovely. So you kind of choose what feels best for you. So you can return back to just the movement through the knees. Maybe you're enjoying that rolling motion, lifting the back of the body off the ground, and then placing it very carefully back down as you roll towards the other side. And this is around the time that I stop breathing here. So can we keep that movement kind of flowing with the breath? Arms can kind of float in and out of movement or just rest wherever feels comfortable for you. It's amazing how a roll around on the floor can have such a positive impact on the nervous system. We'll take 2 more breaths in here, wherever you are. Lovely. Once this movement feels complete for you, we'll roll the back of the body back down towards the ground. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Rest the hands on the side of the rib cage or the low belly. Feel the breath, fill the belly with air on the inhalation. And then feel the breath leave the body on the exhalation. 2 more breaths in. Lovely. And then as we inhale, just allow the body to roll off to one side. So whichever side feels more comfortable for you. And then carefully lifting yourself up and coming into any comfortable seated position facing roughly this way. Hands can rest on the knees or thighs. Maybe hands rest on the knees, palms facing down. The spine is erect but not rigid, so there's a sense of relaxation through the shoulders. Take a breath in, crown of the head lengthening up. Exhale, tailbone lengthening down. And I'm going to introduce a mantra that you can use with your breath in this practice. So, a mantra is a word or a phrase, a sentence in any language that makes sense to you. And in this particular practice, we're going to use the words peace and calm. So, inhale, just repeating the word peace to yourself in your head. And exhale the word calm. Inhaling peace. Exhaling calm. Moving with the breath. Slide the hands down towards the knees. As we inhale, we'll tilt the pelvis forwards. Open through the heart space, draw the shoulders back. Maybe we lift up through the chin, opening through the throat. Then exhale to sit towards the back of the bum as you round through the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest, head and neck heavy. Keep that going with your breath. Breathing in. Seated cat-cow, opening through the heart space. Exhale, doming and rounding, sitting towards the back of the bum. Maybe the arms start to get involved. So as we inhale, we'll take the arms out wide. Then exhale, sitting towards the back of the bum as you round through the spine and push the breath away. I quite like to close the eyes here, not really kind of worry or care about what I look like, and just really start to fine tune that connection between your body and your breath. Moving in a way that feels nourishing for you, so you can speed it up, slow it down, take a moment of pause if you need. Maybe you take this movement into a little bit more of your own freestyle, so you can incorporate some side bends here. Maybe some twists is what your body feels like doing. It doesn't have to look particularly symmetrical, these movements, just kind of moving in a way that feels intuitive for you. Take a breath in, perhaps some torso circles was quite nice. And a breath out. Leaving whatever came before this moment behind. And we're utilizing the practice, we're utilizing the breath, the body, and the movement to come into the present moment where life really happens. Take a breath in and a breath out. And we'll take 2 more breaths wherever you are, some free movement. One more inhale and a slow exhale. Okay, once this movement feels complete for you, we're going to come up to standing, nice and slow. If you've got the blocks, then keep them at its highest setting underneath the shoulders. Feet can be as wide as the mat, maybe hip distance apart, so you see what feels most comfortable for you. Generous bend in the knees, placing the hands on top of the blocks, and just let the weight of the upper body just sink low. So there is a tendency to hold on to the neck here. Can we perhaps release through the neck a little bit? We can nod yes and no just to help that along. Maybe we play with the distribution of weight in the feet. So shifting the weight forward, shifting the weight back, side to side, and see how that affects the muscles in the back of the leg. Might feel quite nice to bend into one leg, straighten the other, and then alternate. Take a breath in and a breath out here. And 2 more breaths, always coming back to stillness as an option. And then as we inhale, we'll press down through the hands to lift the spine so it's a tabletop position, parallel towards the ground. Crown of the head reaching forwards, tailbone back. Exhale, generously bend the knees. Right hand stays down, left hand lifts, and take a twist over towards the left. You might generously bend into the right leg and straighten the left. Your hand can stay reaching up. Maybe you want to bend that arm, rest it on the lower back, perhaps even in the right hip crease. Take a breath in and a breath out here. 1 more inhale. Exhale here. And then as we inhale, left arm starts to reach up. Exhale, come back into your fold. Left hand comes all the way down. And repeat on the other side. Inhale, generous bend in both legs. Exhale, left hand stays down, right hand lifts, open through the chest, twist over towards the right. You can bend generously into that left leg, straighten the right. Maybe you gaze up at right fingertips. Hand can stay reaching up. Maybe you bend that right arm, rest the hand on the low back, perhaps even in the left hip crease, not lift. Take a breath in. Exhale here. Just become really aware of your spine here, so we're not kind of collapsing into that bottom wrist or bottom hand. We're keeping the chest lifted, crown of the head lengthening forwards, tailbone back. Take 1 more inhale. And an exhale here. And then as we inhale, right arm starts to reach up once more if it's not already there. Exhale, come back into your fold, right hand comes all the way down. We'll dangle the arms down if they're resting on the blocks. Then pressing down through the feet, slow motion roll up through the spine. So even slower than you imagine. Slowing this movement down. Pressing down through the feet, so we're creating a little bit of support for the spine to stack each vertebrae at a time. And once you come all the way up to standing, we'll just take a moment here. 1 hand on the chest, 1 hand on the belly, maybe both hands on the belly. Take a breath in. And a breath out here. 1 more inhale. Slow exhale. Lovely. Then as we inhale, bring the feet back to hip width apart if they're not already there. Then sweep the arms up and overhead, full body stretch, palms join above the head. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, lead with the chest, fold forwards. Hands can come on down into bricks. Maybe you just let the arms fall down. Inhale, halfway lift, lifting the spine parallel towards the ground. Crown of the head reaches forwards, tailbone back. Exhale, fold forwards a little deeper back, and the neck is soft. Then inhale, we're going to shift weight into our right foot, pick up the left foot, take a slow motion step back, lower the back knee, untuck the back toe. If you've got your bricks, bring them to frame that front foot. Front knee in line with front ankle. Low lunge, runner's lunge. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, send the pelvis back, straighten that front leg, flex that right foot, pull those right toes back towards you. Lovely. You can even bring that heel a little bit forwards if you want, if that makes the straightening a little bit more comfortable. Take a breath in. And a breath out here. Then we'll do that 2 more times. So as we inhale, we're going to lunge forwards, bend into that front leg, open through that right hip. Exhale, straighten that front leg, pulling those right toes back. One more breath in, again, nice and slow. Exhale, breath out, hamstring stretch, half Hanumanasana. And as we inhale, we'll lunge forwards. Exhale, bring both blocks into the inner edge of the right foot and heel toe that right foot over towards the right. So you've got both blocks underneath the shoulders on the inner edge of the right foot. And we'll rest that right elbow on that right thigh. Start to circle through the left arm. Inhale, left arm reaches up and forwards. Exhale, sweep that left arm all the way back and down. It travels up the length of the mat, and we go 2 more times. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, left arm reaches back and down. Tracing a nice big circle with left shoulder, left fingertips. Next time that left hand comes down, rest it on the block, maybe on the ground. And we'll peel that right elbow off the thigh and take a twist over towards the right. Reach that right arm high. Take a breath in and a breath out here. One more inhale. Exhale, right hand comes all the way down on towards the block. As we inhale, we'll tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Exhale, bring that left foot forwards onto the outer edge of that left block. So feet nice and wide as the mat. Then exhale, placing a little, making a little seat with both blocks. And then start to sit back on towards the blocks, coming into your Malasana squat. Lovely. Elbows can open up the thighs here, pressing down through all 4 corners of both feet. Maybe you turn the toes out a little, the heels in. Take a breath in. And a breath out here. Lengthen the spine, crown of the head lifting up. One more inhale. Slow exhale. Lovely. Then we'll slowly bring the hands down in front of the body. Press down through the feet to lift the bum high and come into your wide-legged forward fold. So feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Then as we inhale, we'll bend the knees. Exhale, press down through the feet and roll up to standing. Stacking each vertebrae one by one. Lovely. Then we'll slowly bring the blocks in front of us once more. Feet come to about hip width apart, and we'll do that whole sequence on the other side when you're ready. So just focus now on your breathing. Let the breath be natural. Smooth and slow. And when you're ready, inhale, arms reach up and overhead, palms join. Exhale, bend the knees, lead with the chest fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lifting the spine parallel to ground. Exhale, bend the knees and fold a little deeper. You're going to bring the fingertips just in front of the feet, shifting weight into your left foot this time as you sweep that right foot back, lower the back knee, untuck the back toe. Here, I recommend using blocks here, either side of your front foot. You can heel toe that left foot forward so the ankle is in line with the knee. We'll take an inhale here, sink down through that hip. Exhale, pull that left hip back, straighten the front leg. Doesn't have to straighten fully. Left toes roll back towards you. Say hello to your left hamstrings this time. We're going to take that 2 more times. Breathing in. Bend into that front leg. Exhale, straighten and lengthen. One more breath in. Exhale, breath out. Lovely. This time as we inhale, we're going to lunge forwards. Exhale, pick up the block underneath your left hand and then bring it onto the inner edge of the left foot. Heel toeing that left foot over towards the left-hand corner of the mat. Then we're going to rest that left elbow on that front thigh, almost like you're leaning into that left thigh, and then start to circle through the right arm. Inhale, right arm reaches forwards and lifts. Exhale, sweep that right arm all the way back and down. It travels up the length of the mat, and we go 2 more times. Breathing in. Exhale, circling back. One more breath in. Exhale. Next time that right hand comes down, we're going to rest it on a block. If you haven't got a block, on the ground. Twisting the body over towards the left, reach the left arm high, keep lunging forwards. Lovely. Take a breath in and a breath out here. One more inhale, keep reaching that left hand high. Exhale, left hand comes down, rests on a block or the mat, and then we'll slowly nestle that left knee back underneath the left hip, and then slowly sit back on towards your heels. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, then you can always bring a block or 2 blocks in between the legs and sit back on towards a block or 2 blocks instead. Hands can come down onto knees or thighs. Take a moment to settle into your smooth, rhythmical breathing. Returning back to that mantra, inhale, peace, and exhale, calm. Keep repeating those words to yourself so it's at a rhythm and a pace that's comfortable for you. And taking an internal scan of your physical body right now. Noticing if there's any sign of tightness or tension in pockets around the body. And if there is tension, we're not kind of forcing relaxation. We're just kind of introducing this notion of how it feels to find some space. How it might feel to find some relaxation. Inhale peace. Exhale calm. You can stay here for as long as you feel you might need. Maybe you take a relaxation on the back of the body. And if you wish to, you can end the practice now by bringing both hands together in the heart space in Hridaya Mudra. Closing the eyes or just relaxing the gaze downwards. And taking a moment to thank you and your body for your practice today. And silently repeating to yourself in your head, may I be well. May I be safe. May I live with ease. I'll end by taking one last collective breath in and out. So when you're ready, take a nice full breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you have a lovely day or evening ahead. Be really gentle to yourself, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.